Please don't make this mistake, because I know a lot of you will look at these yields and say 13.54 and 17.16 are very low yield, and I don't want to invest in these ETFs. But there are more to these ETFs than just a yield. So the price as of today is 25.71, and the second one is 26.57, and monthly distribution is 29 cents and 38 cents respectively. They do pay monthly distributions, but I do believe they will be going weekly very soon, because ETF space is very competitive at the moment. We've seen all these big income ETFs issuer are going weekly. For example, recently YMAX has changed all their distribution to weekly. Roundhill has done the same, and Nicholas ETF also has done the same. So they will have to follow that, because it seems like a lot of investors are very attractive to weekly distributions. In order for them to attract more investors, they will have to copy that style. The two ETFs that I'm talking about are TSPY and TDAQ. These ETFs don't have NAV erosion, and that's very appealing to most investors. Now let's look at the chart performance for these two ETFs. And the first one, will start with TappAlpha SPY Growth and Daily Income ETF, TSPY. Price, as you can see, is 25.66. That's a close on Friday. And 52-week range is between 20.02 cents to 26.96. Volume is not as big. On average, it trades just a little over 100K. So if we extend this chart performance, we can see it start around $25, and there's only one time that it dipped below that. It went all the way to 22, and that was around April of 2025, and of course it rebounded to where it is today. But this chart is just a performance without including all the distributions that they have paid. I'm going to show you the performance with the distributions. The second ETF is TappAlpha Innovation 100 Growth and Daily Income. This is the NASDAQ ETF. Price is 26.57. This has done better, and it has better performance. 52-week range is between 24.78 to 26.79. Average volume is not huge. It's only 40,397. So it has very low volume, and that's because this is a brand new and not many people know about this ETF. Before I dive deeper into these two ETFs, let's look at the performance as compared to other ETFs. Here we have TappAlpha SPY. We have Amplify CWP Growth ETF. We have a ProShare S&P 500 ISPY. We have SPYI. This is from NEOS. We have JP Morgan Equity Premium Income, JP, and this is one of the regional income ETFs. And final here, we have Spider S&P 500, SPY. So out of all these ETFs, SPY is only the outlier here, because SPY is designed just for growth. It doesn't pay distributions. This chart performance I'm showing here is from January to now, including all the distributions. TSPY from TappAlpha has returned 15.51, so has beaten a lot of the ETFs. It's pretty much on par with a Spider S&P 500. The only ETF that has beaten TSPY year to date is this growth ETF here from Amplify QDVO at 19.30%. But as you can see, the rest of ETFs, ISPY is only 12.45, SPYI is 14.38, and JP has the lowest return, is only 6.37. Now we have seen the performance chart and comparison of TSPY versus other ETFs that have a similar exposure. We want to know more about this ETF. The name, as you can see here, is TappAlpha SPY Growth and Daily Income ETF. TappAlpha SPY Growth Daily Income ETF seeks current income while maintaining prospective for capital appreciation. The fund's secondary investment objective is to seek exposure to the performance of the Spider S&P 500 Trust, subject to a limit on potential investment gain. Market price $25.71, NAV $25.67. Net assets as of now is $114 million, and management fee total expense you're paying a 0.77, so it's less than 1%. It's pretty cheaper compared to YMAX and Roundhill ETFs. Distribution rate is 14.21, as I've shown you earlier. The fintech-powered ETF designed to capture S&P 500 performance, and daily potential income generation. Fintech powered refers to the use of advanced financial technologies to enhance, enable, and deliver our financial product and services. Tech-enabled services and businesses use technology to improve efficiency and innovation. They can include a combination of human expertise and technology to streamline processes, increase accuracy, and provide new insight. The fund aims to achieve its objectives through these 5 strategies here. The first one is growth. Direct exposure to the largest and most liquid index tracking ETF in the world, the S&P 500, for consistent capital appreciation. Income generation. Our strategy identifies and analyzes various dynamic parameters, increasing the potential for consistent additive income generation. Maximize time decay. Writing call options each trading day that expires at the same date. TSPY seeks to capitalize on rapid time decays inherent to zero-day to expiry option positions. The fourth strategy here is to reduce time risk. The daily expiration of the options minimizes prolonged market exposure, seeking to reduce unfavorable shifts in the underlying security. And the fifth strategy they're using is flexibility. As the market conditions change, so do the fund's positions, offering the best chance to participate in both the underlying securities performance and harvesting Dell options premium. So these are 5 strategies that they use to achieve their goal. Primary exchange of this ETF is traded on the NASDAQ, and it was incepted on August 14th, 2024. Number of holdings, it has 4. And this is the chart performance since it was incepted. So if you are able to pick these shares when it went down in April, you would have made quite a bit of gains plus all your distributions. And this is table performance for this ETF. Since inception, market price has returned 22.80 and NAV 22.51. And the difference between this and this is that fee you're paying. Now let's look at distribution history. At current price, this ETF annual yield is 14.21, but as you can see, there's a huge growth even though your yield is lower. So this is very attractive because there's no NAV erosion, but it has paid about 28 to 30 cents per share. The last dividend they paid was October 8th at 30 cents, and the next one is coming on November 5th, and after that will be December 3rd. So I understand that now that there are so many weekly paying ETFs, most people might not be willing to wait to get paid monthly rather than just getting weekly distributions. And that can be one of the downfall for this ETF. And because of that, I do believe TappAlpha might have to change their strategy to make it more appealing to investors, so they will start paying weekly distributions at least. The second ETF I'm going to show you is even better. This ETF has better performance and has higher yield. As you can see here, TappAlpha Innovation 100 Growth and Daily Income, TDAQ. Distribution yield here is 17.41. Market price is 26 because it has higher growth. Net asset is only about 20 million. And this is because this ETF is a newer of the two. And expense ratio is only 0.68. Very low expense as compared to most other income ETFs. When it comes to investment objective, these two ETFs would have the same investment objectives. The first one is to seek exposure to their index that are following. So the first one was S&P 500. This one would be the NASDAQ 100. And the second objective is to generate monthly income. When it comes to investment strategies, they would have the same 5 strategies that I outlined earlier: growth, income generation, maximize time decay, reduce time risk, and flexibility. One of the strategic differences between these two ETFs is that the first one is traded on the NASDAQ and TDAQ is traded on the SIBO exchange. Inception, this one was incepted September 4th, 2025. Now let's look at the performance. If we look at this chart performance, you can see here, since this ETF was incepted, has done nothing but just to go up and up. At one point here, it went down a little bit. That was October 10th. And then from there, it just kept climbing. Our table performance doesn't show anything because this ETF is brand new. It hasn't been out for that long. So we don't have a huge history here when it comes to performance. Distribution rate is of today. This yield, of course, will change based on the price movement of the underlying ETFs itself and how much they are going to pay their distributions. But the first distribution they paid was October 22, and they paid about 38 cents. So this is a great, because not only you are getting more distributions than TSPY, but also the performance of this ETF is better. And if we look at the long history, the NASDAQ tends to outperform the S&P 500 by almost 5 points. So this ETF would have a greater return. So if you want to invest in these two ETFs, the better ETF out of the two here would be a TDAQ, or you can combine both of them. But that's just my opinion. It's not a financial advice, because I don't give a financial advice on this channel. And the past performance, of course, is not guarantee future returns. There's no guarantee in any investment. So guys, that's all I have for today. I just want to give you a quick update on these two ETFs from TappAlpha, TSPY and TDAQ. I've shown you the current price. I've shown you the distribution they're paying. We've looked at the yield, and we've seen their potential for generating income and also growth of these ETFs. And one of the major key factors that attracts a lot of investors to this ETF is that they do not have NAV erosion. Do me a favor, if you like this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you can always receive updates, and share with someone you think this video might help. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next video. Bye bye.